Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're here on a Thursday evening, and I'm a little bloated. My stomach kind of like feels like it's gonna pop. Trying to work it out, but I don't know what's going on. Hopefully everybody else is doing a little better and you're not on the verge of explosion. I don't know. We have a little bit we can talk about today. We actually got some sneak peek pictures last week of the new Luxe Idol. There's also a DSR Plus twister that just came out. We know a little bit of information about that. I'm a little confused on the pricing and what's actually happening. But we got word on that today. And, you know, there's a few other things I'm sure we'll talk about. Brandon? Holla. Ola? That's probably Ola. Yeah. I don't know, maybe Holla? Where's everyone at? Let me know where you're at. We're going through the live stream startup routine where I just ask everyone where you're at and also tell you to make sure to like the live stream before we get started. Nick right there said, Twista. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Pennsylvania, Texas. Connor's over there in Colorado. Icy Oregon. Yeah, some of you guys have been dealing with some insane cold weather these past couple weeks. It's maybe at least the past week. So if you're out there, you know, in the Midwest or something like that, make sure to bundle up so you don't catch a cold. Medellin, Colombia. That's pretty cool. I'd like to get there. Oh, look at Brad's in the chat. Hello, Brad G. I'm Brad J. You just got back from 8 years. We'll hang out a while. Maybe we'll talk about something involving that. Zachary, Louisiana. That's kind of a cool name. That's kind of neat. 20 degrees Sunday in New Jersey. That's not that bad, though. I mean, some places were like negative 25, which is insane. It was negative 27 with wind chill in Colorado on Monday. Yeah, it was like watching the Kansas City Chiefs. Who are the Chiefs playing? The Chiefs and the... I don't know, I've already forgotten. But watching that game, watching that football game was pretty crazy just how freaking cold it was. It kind of makes it a little bit interesting, though, you know. I played football for like 2 years in junior high, and we had to play in the snow once. It was probably like... I don't even know if it was like 32 degrees, but it was 30-ish degrees, and oh my god. I cannot describe to you how cold it was. Was it the Dolphins, Nick? Dolphins? Dolphins. Man, that would suck too. They came from Florida to play in that like insane weather. Delmont said right there, they show the Luxe yet? Kinda. We might as well talk about that. The Luxe Idol debuting very soon here. That's not what we're doing right now, though. We're going to do that a little bit later. The Luxe Idol. Here's kind of a little bit of a slideshow. And these pictures they put out last week, late last week. DLX did over on their Instagram account. And we got a little bit of a sneak peek. I mean, you can see Ryan Moorhead right there kind of sketching up the case actually in that picture. And I don't know, we got to at least see a little bit of something. We got to see that they're changing the barrel. I'm trying to find out. There we go. And this is probably the biggest picture that gives away any information at all, because you can kind of see they've changed quite a bit. That front foregrip looks like it's now rubber. You can see those, I don't know, probably gray notches up there to maybe add a little bit more grip. We can certainly see that the grips in general, those trigger frame like main grips, have certainly changed. They kind of have that like cutout that kind of dips in a little bit, and there's no OLED on the back. You know, previously Luxes in the past, technically you didn't need an OLED screen because you had the speaker, you could navigate with the speaker. It was kind of a pain in the ass though, and you know, most people didn't. They like that OLED screen, so I would be surprised if there's no screen on this. I'm guessing they're showing that there's no screen on the back, but I assume on the other side of the gun on the left-hand side, there's probably going to be a screen, because not adding a screen would just be just a nightmare. I mean, it'd be, as a person owning the gun, it probably wouldn't matter that much because we're not really changing modes and settings all that often. But it would certainly matter if you're like a tech or just trying to switch through something or figure something out quick, because you have to, like, you know, use the speaker or maybe pair it to a phone or something like that. So I would be kind of surprised if there is no screen. But there's kind of got to be a screen. That would just be crazy if there wasn't. And you can also see they've kind of redesigned that freak a little bit. Those lines, those vertical lines going down the barrel, those perpendicular lines, are probably going to match the milling on the gun as well. And we should see this thing any day now. DLX said that it would start shipping to customers. So, like, just, you know, you order an idle from, you know, bfpgear.com, the sponsor of this live stream now. And hopefully, you know, you'll order one from them. I lost my train of thought. And then we'll have them by, you know, by the end of January, which is just in a couple weeks here. They're $1,800 though. We do know that. They're going to have accent kits, and there's like, you know, 8 colors, 10 colors, something like that. But that's all we really know. I mean, we got this sneak peek, and that's about it. I mean, I like, at least it looks good. I think that those grips look kind of cool. I kind of like how they're like kind of cut around the trigger frame. Maybe they're recessed into the trigger frame a little bit, so they're a little bit more like water resistant or something like that. I am very much looking forward to seeing this thing, because DLX said it was going to be the most the Luxe has ever changed. Whatever that means, I don't know, but we'll certainly have to wait and see. Smoke Fools right there. Yep, you're definitely right on that, huh? For sure. It looks like that the grips are going to be toolless. I was looking, I didn't really even think about that. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how they're going to be toolless, because like, you know, you look at the Planet Eclipse grips and they have that big huge lock in the center of them. There's nothing really obvious that gives away how you'd remove them or anything like that. But I'm very interested. You know, we have the Shocker Era. I just got a Shocker Era last week. That thing right there, it's, I don't know, it's really just an amp that's upgraded. So I'm really kind of interested to see just what happens with the idle. It could be very interesting. What are you guys seeing in here? Did anybody pre-order an idle? You know, I always think that pre-ordering stuff is kind of sketchy, just because we're not really sure, you know, the quality of the thing yet or what it's actually like. But I'm curious. Nick says choose die. Nick, I would choose die. I want to see like a, I don't know, not an M4. I think they're not calling it an M4, right? But I don't know. I'd like to see like a, I don't know. I say like higher end, better version of the DSR Plus, but what else are you going to do? You know, it kind of comes with everything that, you know, you kind of want on a high end gun already. So it'll be kind of interesting. I've been kind of bored. Sleepy Invader says shoot Eclipse. And I've just been kind of bored of the Eclipse guns. It's kind of why I'm interested about the new idle, to see just what it has and what it's going on side. Connor, what are you saying? You said something about a nucleus for the Insight Phase Invictus. I saw that earlier this week. What company is actually selling that? Isn't that like Bob Long? What are they calling themselves? Bob Long Vintage Parts or something like that? It's kind of interesting. I mean, the bolt's like $300, so it's like Blast Legacy. There we go. Legacy, that's what I was looking for. It's kind of interesting, but I mean, you're buying a bolt that's like $300 for like a $200 gun or something, so it seems very odd to me. I was never really a fan of those guns. I think when they, it's so hard, I don't really remember. I mean, it's been so long now. I'm thinking back to the paintball store when we had those things, because we definitely ordered custom colors for the Insights, and then we had some of those phases. The phase was their sort of value gun. They had a couple versions of that. One of them was like all polymer and had like, you know, polymer pieces on it to make it a little bit cheaper. Need to fix the DSR Plus leak. Trigger leak, I think what you mean there, Ben. It's been so long since I shot it, but I love that gun. Hold on. My bloatedness is going away. That's good. Speaking of the DSR, let's just talk about that one too. There is a new twister on the scene. The twister... I don't like that. Why is my... Let's move this behind my head a little bit. I guess we should just move that there. The Twister DSR Plus, and I don't know, I'm kind of find these interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, really, my thoughts are, I don't know. I really like the DSR. I think the DSR is fantastic. Where are my notes? I think the DSR is fantastic. I just have, like, you know, the Twister guns, they're all the same. I mean, they look cool, but, you know, they're just literally the same milling over and over, so it's kind of boring. And I think there definitely will be two prices on these. I think that they're going to have that $1,700 ones are going to be all of the lower versions. So they are selling for $1,700. I just got an idea, which is, you know, quite a bit of money. I mean, you know, the DSR Pluses are considerably cheaper. I mean, the closest thing we have price-wise to the, oh gosh, to that is going to be the Free Flow Trix Matrix, or DSR. And this is what this is. It's kind of like a combination or a collaboration between, we'll say, three companies, really. I mean, we have Dye, Committed Paintball, or, you know, Twister Paintball, and then Free Flow. So they're obviously the DSR. It's going to come with that Twister milling, but it's also, let's play this. It's also going to come with a lot of the Free Flow stuff. So you're going to get the Free Flow Flex 9 bolt in all of the versions. You're also going to get their kind of deuce trigger. They're calling the fancy trigger. And then the mechanical frame, you're going to get the flash trigger from Free Flow, as well as their mechanical upgrade kit. Their upgrade kit comes with a lot of stuff for the mechanical frame. I mean, it's like nearly rebuilding the whole entire mechanical frame. But I'm not really sure entirely what it does. I mean, they say that it's going to have it does have higher flow rate, and then it's higher flow, but I don't know why, like what that actually does. And that $1,700 one, I kind of briefly touched on that, is going to be all those bottom guns in there. So I assume that with the mechanical frame, they're going to be near $2,000, since the mechanical frames are $250 alone, and it's coming with some upgraded stuff. I could see them, I mean, really selling for $2,000 even, maybe. I didn't really see pricing on that. All I saw was the $1,700 for those launch ones. And I don't know, yeah, it looks cool, but it's very expensive. I mean, $2,000, I mean, you can buy two DSRs for that price. It looks cool though. Two DSRs or a Twister DSR, you know, I don't know, it seems kind of crazy to me. But they are going to be available tomorrow over at committedpaintball.com. I put a link in the description so you can, you know, just head over to the Committed website. But I think $2,000 is a ton of money for something that you can get for $1,000. So it's kind of expensive to me. But if to me personally, it's been hard to even like understand why we have high-end guns anymore. I mean, so many of these guns these mid-range or lower-end guns are just so good now that it's just difficult to even say. Guns have been $1,800 since 2004, maybe even before that. You know, the Adrenaline Angels in like 2000 or whatever it was, 1999 or something like that, they were probably around $1,800, something like that. Yep. Is the DSR $1,000 now? Damn, thought everything was expensive these days. Yeah, it's their mid-range-ish gun. It's just like, you know, everyone's kind of had a mid-range-ish paintball gun at that price. I mean, You know, Dye had the Proto line for a number of years, and they were selling like the PM8 and PM7, 6, 5, 4. Was there a PM4? Maybe there wasn't. Who knows? Who's gonna buy one? I bet nobody. Because they're very, very, very expensive. I believe guns should stay around $1,000. Yeah, so do I, and I think that's what's like good about today. You know, we have, I think, 3 very good options that are all in that price. The 180R, you have the DSR Plus, and then you have the Shocker Era that just came out. So I still rock the DM9. DM9s are great. I really like the old Dye guns. I was a fan of those old Dye guns. Jonas, the PM8 is still goated. Rumor has it that it sold so well it affected the DM sales. Oh, no question. I mean, no question. I mean, I remember when those guns were out, like right when they came out, and they were kind of everywhere. But at the same time, it probably also, people were buying the PM guns, like the PM8 and 7 and stuff. Maybe some of those people wouldn't have even bought Dye guns. So it's possible that they sold stuff they weren't going to sell anyway. I mean, I think all the manufacturers are, I don't know if I want to say having that problem, but you got to think that from Planet Eclipse just right now, the 180R is for sure cutting into sales from the CS3. But they kind of have to compete in that market. I think Planet Eclipse themselves, I mean, their biggest problem is that they kind of have market saturation, right? So almost everybody who's buying a high-end gun is kind of buying Planet Eclipse guns. So they had to like break into a new market. So making inexpensive guns like the E-Mech is a way that they can kind of like get into that like lower forming market. Connor says, the Mini Axe platform and the ETHA E-Mech are not expensive. That's true. I actually really, really like the Mini and the Axes too. Sleepy Invader, what'd you say? Saw someone shooting a CZR at my field and only seemed a touch louder than the DSR, but I doubt it's as good as that. Dye seems to make solid products. Sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but they definitely shoot different. I mean, the DSR, the CZR, the Rises, they're like a very, they have like a very like clunky shot. They're for sure not loud though, by any means, so, yeah. Muhammad, what'd you say? You said, let's talk about 180R, DSR, and Era. Which one is better? I've shot all of those. I was going to say made reviews on all of them, but the Era review isn't out yet. 180R for sure. I mean, I think it's all around better. It's, I think, probably going to be more reliable. Its air efficiency and kick and sound are about the same. Build quality is definitely better. But I think that, like, the reliability and that build quality are kind of the reasons I think is better. You would think it would really push high-end guns to innovate, but not really happening, right? Yeah. I mean, it would be great. I mean, you think that, like, having, they'd want to, say make a mid-range, something mid-range, like, say Planet Eclipse, we said the 180R. And yeah, you'd think that making something mid-range, they'd still obviously want to sell their high-end guns. So how do they do that? They should have to start adding more features or making them more air efficient or something like that. But we've certainly in the past like 10 years in paintball reached this like a lull where everything's kind of becoming similar, everything's becoming reliable, everything's pretty good. I mean, it's like, I always say everything's becoming the same. It's like Planet Eclipse and the Gamma Core, and I think that we're probably going to see the same thing with Dye's new gun. They're probably going to use that Flex bolt or whatever Dye's calling it. They're going to take that DSR bolt and put it in their high-end gun, And then we're probably going to see a version of the Shocker Era or amp bolt kind of like mixed in together with that idol. So these mid-range and high-end guns, the lines are getting blurred even more. You know, it's like the EMEC, you know, for $200, it's, you know, over $200, so just under $300, pretty much has the same bolt the CS3 does that's $1,700. So it's kind of crazy to me how they are sort of having the same guns. They're just not like wildly different. I'm getting bloated again. Yep. What else can we talk about? The Twister DSR, we talked about that. There's not a lot. I don't have a ton of stuff. HK Army released a new pack. Their HK Army G Lite. I actually haven't really looked at this. They actually like showed some pictures of it today. It's coming in a 3 and a 5 pod. Let's look at it. So I presume it's really just the 0G harness, and they cut the tops off of it. Really reminds me a lot of the Bunker King Fly harness that's very light like that. Yeah, so it still has those like tension control areas, how you can kind of tighten the loops around the pods. It looks cool. I think it looks really good. It's not super exciting. HK say it's the lightest paintball pack on the market, which is kind of crazy to me. I don't know, because that Bunker King Fly harness, that thing's really lightweight. And I like the HK packs, they're not bad. I like that GX harness, which is cool. I don't know how many belts are these going to have, because the GX one actually has 3. This is just going to be a 2-belter, it looks like it. The details. Ooh, we can watch a video. Let's mute it though, so we don't get like taken off the game.
The 0G Lite is a great entry-level strapless harness, but still gives you tons of features to dominate on the field.
Whoa.
Like the pod tension control system, the 2-way adjustable waistband,
2-way.
high density padding,
2-way
it's ultra
adjustable.
lightweight, and it comes in 5 colorways.
That was kind of cool.
And they're available right now on hkarmy.com.
hkarmy.com. Someone with a super chat. I see you there. Ben. Oh gosh. What happened to the chat? Ben, sir. Maybe we should do this for effect. Oh my God. Maybe not. Brad, what do you think of San Diego Dynasty rebranding themselves as San Diego Business Suite? Bold move. Let's see how that works out for them. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I know I saw like a jersey that popped up and it said Business Suite on it, but I don't know anything about it. Not even sure. I know literally nothing. I know that was probably some sort of joke that something happened. I don't know. I did see something. Old Soul says Hackgate 2024. I saw something like that too, but I kind of lost interest. Their Facebook got hacked for a minute. Okay, I kind of think I remember reading a comment somewhere that said something like that. Dynasty's Facebook page got hacked. Dynasty's Facebook page got hacked. I would be a little terrified if that happened to me. You know, that's one of my like biggest fears, is that somehow I lose access to Google or like something like that. Would be crazy. But yeah, your 0G light harness. Go buy yourself a 0G light harness, maybe. We should say. I just heard like a big pop from something. We also, if you notice in the bottom left corner of this video, there is a new sponsor of this YouTube live stream, BFPgear.com, formerly known as BlackFridayPaintball.com. But you know, the Black Friday thing got a little confusing. So now, bfpgear.com, they're sponsoring this channel, and they're one of the people who've always been very supportive of, you know, just helping out, really, sponsoring videos, helping me get products, doing all kinds of stuff. So I'd recommend, and definitely if you want to buy paintball stuff, they're going to be one of the better places. They're one of the bigger stores in the US. They pretty much have everything. I mean, come on, you know, look at this. Let's look at DSRs. We were just talking about DSR pluses. You know, DSRs, all kinds of DSRs in stock. And the thing that I kind of like is that if we check, oh, my head's in the way. Actually, I don't know if I like the way that the sidebar doesn't really scroll as well. But what's kind of cool, if you're local in Sacramento or in Modesto, California, you can actually see where the thing's in stock at. So they have it at the Modesto store right now, but not here at Sac Paintball. Definitely head over, check out bfpgear.com. That's a little bit of an ad. Who's leaving? Is Dizon leaving? I don't know. I mean, we definitely don't know what's happening with Aftershock. Oh, Connor said right there. I don't think he was trying out for Aftershock. Wasn't he just in the video? Yeah, I saw that like Nick Sloviak Aftershock tryout. I didn't actually watch that, but I don't think that we've gotten any word on who's going to be on that roster. I would be surprised if Ronnie left Heat. I think Ronnie Dizon, especially the past few years, has been playing very well for Heat. And it would be surprising if he left, but at the same time, maybe not if it was to go play for Aftershock and maybe some of his friends went to go over there. It would make a little more sense, you know, for him to go to Aftershock rather than like the Bears or something like that. So who knows? Aftershock coming back, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we might as well talk about that. I haven't like thought about this really because I don't know. I just haven't. The draw for NXL Las Vegas has happened. Let's just make this bigger so we can actually like see the tiers. Yep, and you're going to get a bunch of new teams on there, really. I mean, some teams that have completely, like, redesigned themselves. You know, we have Aftershock right down there in the bottom right-hand corner. We've got Paintball Fit, they're brand new. The Ironmen, not brand new, but completely revamped their roster. We have Blast Camp, a brand new pro team. Then the Brooklyn Bears have completely changed their team around. Who else? I think that's about all. Oh, I should say, sorry, the ML Kings. ML Kings are now the Miami Kings. They have apparently Harris Hussein is going to be part owner of the Miami Kings. So we have a lot going on this year. I mean, we've got new layouts that should be fairly interesting. There's a bunch of new snake beams, so we could have some really crazy layouts. And then we have some new teams we get to watch. I mean, Aftershock, I guess they're new. But Paintball Fit and Blast Camp are certainly new. And it's always interesting, I think, going into these first tournaments, just how well the teams do. Just how well those new teams do, and to be able to see the new layouts. You know, I'm really interested in like what they're going to actually do with all these snake bunkers. So I'm curious. NXL Las Vegas, like every single bracket is kind of hard. It definitely looks like Group A is going to be the hardest with Dynasty, X Factor, Russian Legion, AZ Diesel, and Blast Camp. That's kind of rough. I mean, some of these teams like, you know, Diesel and Russian Legion maybe haven't like, I don't know, done as well as they kind of expect to do, but they're obviously still very good. Damage, Infamous, Hurricanes, Notorious, Ironman. I'd say the other three brackets are probably fairly even. I think those top teams are obviously good. That Tier 2, those are all pretty good teams. Tier 3, kind of hit or miss. I think the Hurricanes are pretty good. ML Kings are meh. Sometimes they're good. Aftermath has not been the greatest. Tier 4s was kind of crazy because AC Diesel are probably better than that. I think Notorious is really good. Uprising aren't the greatest. They actually just added Shane Howe, veteran player previously from AC Diesel. The Bears, we'll see. I think Blast Camp are probably going to do pretty good. The Ironmen, I don't know. Paintball Fit, they're probably going to do good. And then who knows about that Aftershock roster? We'll have to actually like wait and see if Aftershock is even going to be any good. Schwartz says, I guess there is some drama with the Miami Kings name. I saw a bunch of comments in the PTG section that there's a team with that name already. Oh, a paintball team. I'm assuming. I don't know. I've never heard of them. Who knows, though? The Miami Kings. How do y'all think Blast Camp will do? I think they will do pretty well. I mean, I think that, they're a very good team. I don't think that I would put them, really, really high that's not what I'm doing. I don't know if I'd put them, really high, but I could see Blast Camp being better than the Ironmen. Yep, I could see him being better than the Ironmen. Who knows if they're going to be better than Aftershock? I could see him being better than Uprising. I could see them being better than the Bears. I could see him being better than Notorious, Aftermath, Kings. Probably. And I kind of think the same thing for Paintball Fit, too. I don't know if they're going to be like, a top 4 team. But I definitely put them, maybe in that tier 3 category. So like kind of in the middle. Which is very good. I mean, you can't say that often about a lot of these, semi-pro teams that you can't say a lot of the time about semi-pro teams that go to this pro division. I mean, most of the time they just get destroyed, and it's just not really close. But I think that Blast Camp and Paintball Fit competing against each other so hard last year kind of makes them have maybe a little bit more experience, and maybe not more experience, but they're kind of more used to that like high level of play constantly. Also, I don't know. They could be very good. Sleepy Invader says, I'm 6'3". I played Snake 1 for half a season. Regretted it. I'm too tall for all the dome shots I got. Well, I'm 6'5", and I think I can play Snake. Yep. No, probably not. I mean, I can do it. But, I mean, watching some of these pro guys play the Snake, I'm like, I can't do that. I can't, like, move around as quickly as they can. I'm like, it's just, everything's just slower. I definitely don't have the, like, crazy quickness. It's funny. I'm definitely not that fast. Steven Jackson, not Steven Johnson, Steven Jackson with a $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it, sir. Wayne likes it too. Wayne's over there. Wayne's over there. Thank you. Speaking of which, I was going to plug Patreon for anybody who, likes paintball stuff. Maybe you like this YouTube channel and want to help support the thing so we can make new things, continue making things, make more things, all that stuff. Head over to Patreon. You can sign up for just one tier. You can't sign up for more than one. You can get that supporter tier where you just, throw in $1. There's a silver tier that's going to get you early access to videos. There's a video up right now that's not on YouTube. Ad-free videos, exclusive content, special role in Discord, and then private access to the Discord. Or I should say access to the private Patreon Discord channel. And then over in this gold tier, I don't like that. In this gold tier, you're gonna get the same things, right? So early access, there's also behind the scenes exclusive content on there, ad-free videos, more exclusive content. The cool thing though right there is entry into the monthly product giveaway. We're actually gonna give away a Carbon IC Power Nano Barrel in a little bit here. That is $10 right there. And if we actually scroll down, I put this video up earlier. What's up guys? We're gonna test out Carbon's new Nano Barrel that takes those power inserts. So this is like a Patreon exclusive if you want to actually check out testing of this Carbon Nano Barrel. Anyone in that silver or gold tier can go watch that. This posted up today. This is, or yesterday I should say, I put this up. Originally this is going to be on YouTube, but currently only over there on Patreon. I'll put this up probably, I don't know, early next week or something like that. It's kind of just goes on the thing we were talking about earlier, is if, you know, these high-end guns are worth it anymore. So head to Patreon if you want exclusive testing of that Carbon IC Power Nano Barrel. Yep. And there'll be more like exclusive things on there too. So there'll be, there's going to be more of this Shocker era. There's going to be a full review, you know, like YouTube, we normally do. But then I'm going to put some more stuff up there. So certainly go check out Patreon. I got to push Patreon because I got to buy a mansion. When is the barrel video coming out? It's not coming out. The only way to find it is over on that Patreon page. I think that I'd like to try to make some of this stuff that is not, you know, it doesn't really work on YouTube. I mean, I think these barrel videos, not a lot of people, I shouldn't say not a lot of people watch them, but something. It doesn't really fit in with that YouTube algorithm stuff. So I think making some like videos that maybe just don't fit as well on YouTube, I can put over here on Patreon. But it's possible to go check that over there. We did some I did some sound signature testing stuff, and as well as some like water ingress. I like sprayed it down with a water bottle and stuff like that. Patreon. There's a link directly in the description of this. Invader, Sleepy Invader says snagging a Freak Junior XL unless that Nano is tons quieter. It's really not. I wouldn't expect it to be. Honestly don't know if any barrel's tons quieter. And we might as well do this at the same time since we are talking about Patreon. Every third Saturday of the month, those gold tier, that top tier membership, it's like something flying around, get entered into win a giveaway. It's different every single week. So like right there, we're gonna do, I should say, it's all flipped around, the Carbon IC Power Nano Barrel. It's 14 inches, this one's black. Also going to come with an insert, a 689 Carbon IC insert. Yep. So really, any of the gold members, gold tier guys that are gold tier right before this thing starts, I kind of add the names in there. So those are all the gold tiers. And we're going to spin that up. And then whoever wins... whoever's in that last place once that thing ends, I'm gonna send you over an email and we'll get this barrel to you. So we're gonna spin it. Ooh, Jeremy Bush. Jeremy, I think you signed up for Patreon like 2 days ago, so that's kind of cool. Jeremy, I'm gonna email you and you just won yourself the Carbon IC Power Nano Barrel. So if anyone's not, if you don't know what these are at all, These are these barrels that have like crazy. My camera didn't switch. Crazy nano ports. I mean, look at the porting on that. I mean, it's like so small and compared to like I don't know. What a barrel is this? This is an Inception design barrel. I mean, just look at how much different the porting is, you know? I mean, it's so much smaller. Porting barely shows up. You can barely even see it. Yep. The whole point of that porting is apparently to do two things. It will apparently sounds a little bit different and reduces the amount of water that can get in there. But, you know, again, there's a... God, man. I don't know what the deal is with, like... This thing's, like... It's so wacky. I don't know. My switcher, like, I feel like it changes all the time. So, Jeremy, if you're here... You know, look for an email later today or tomorrow. Depends. Definitely by tomorrow. Everyone's saying Nick Sloviak, Nick Sloviak, Nick Sloviak, Nick Sloviak, Nick Sloviak, Nick Sloviak. What are you guys talking about Nick Sloviak for? Man in a van. That's you. Cool. It's a little hard to tell. It's a little hard to tell by, you know, the names. What are you having for supper tonight? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I had a bunch of nachos, like nachos, or they weren't nachos. I shouldn't say that. I got a bunch of refried beans, put them in a bowl, and put some cheese in there and put it in the microwave and just ate a bunch of chips. I think that may be what gave me my little... my bloatedness feeling. This sweatshirt dirty. Is like lines going down it? Something? I don't know what's going on for dinner. I guess I'll find out when I'm done with this. Did you ever shoot the lone paintball barrel? Yeah. It's somewhere around here. Oh, it's in that barrel mayhem. It's gonna be hard to dig out. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm a weird barrel guy, so like, you know, I think most barrels are all just tubes of aluminum. You know, if it's made well, you know, like this carbon barrel's made well. It's made real well. You know, die barrels are made well. Smart Parts barrels are made well. Or I should say DLX barrels are made well. I think that most of the barrels all shoot the same. And when I shot the lone paintball barrel, I didn't really notice any difference, I should say. Yeah, I just, you know, I thought it just worked. I didn't really notice anything. The one thing we were kind of wondering, though, is if it would drop in velocity, because it does have to go past those little, like, detenty things in the barrel. And I didn't notice any difference. Like, you know, one barrel shoots 280 and then put that one on and it shoots 280 and it didn't affect the velocity at all. I don't know, though, because I'm so, like, not observant. I'm like, yep, it shoots. So, I don't know. Chris Williams, as a fellow content creator, what are your thoughts on Vince unexpectedly dropping Let's Talk Paintball and leaving the sport? I don't know, dude. I was thinking about that today. Like, well, not specifically him. I'll touch on it. But I don't really have anything to do with anyone. Like, there's all these podcasts and, like, YouTube things about paintball, and I've never done any of them. No one's ever asked me to do anything. No one's contacted me. Nothing. So, like, I don't talk to any of those people. I don't really have relationships with any of those people. So I don't know. I think that he left the first time, I believe, because there was something happening with the NXL, and it's just something didn't work out. And, yeah, I was looking. Someone We're just going to go with AT says, Vince / Let's Talk Paintball deactivated his account once a season is probably a new annual tradition. Well, you know, I quit once. We'll talk about that too. You know, I really don't know. I don't know why or what happened, you know, this time. I'm not entirely sure. I do know that paintball's a very small industry, you know. It's not like a big, huge thing. So it's very difficult to make money, and I think that it is fairly discouraging. You know, you think that, like, you know, the videos that I make, you know, I spend a lot of time making them, right? Like this DSR, not the DSR, this Shocker Era video is going to take a very long time to make. And I mean, I think that myself, Vince, Let's Talk Paintball, or I can't think of his name. I'm just blanking on everything. But anyone who makes any of this stuff, you know, it takes a lot of time and there's a lot of effort involved. So there's not a lot of return in paintball. That's why I'm saying and pushing people over to Patreon, because this is, you know, one way that I'm going to have to, you know, make money is pushing people on Patreon. And trying to get you guys to sign up, and hopefully I can make it actually worth your money, though, by, you know, providing kind of exclusive stuff or whatever. But it's very difficult, and I kind of understand the, like, you know, getting frustrated with it and wanting to leave and just not wanting to do it anymore. But I don't know. I mean, I quit, you know, like 4 years ago or whatever it was. And that was a whole different thing, though, because I went from being at the paintball store every single day to being at home every single day. And it was just a nightmare on my mental health. I did not handle the transition well. Didn't work. I hope I'm good now. But like that, figuring it out took a little bit of time there. Yeah, it's just really hard. There's not a ton of money. So, and there's not a lot of return on, you know, whatever. I don't know. Some brains. Good evening, sir. Will Ball was talking about a food pantry. Another dude that should pick a more lucrative topic. I don't know. Yeah, but it's not like, you know, you also got to think that like I don't really want to be a YouTuber. Like I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not like Mr. Beast, and all I care about is like making as many views on a video as possible. You know, like if I wanted to do that, I'd probably do something else. But at the same time, you know, having this niche or this niche in paintball actually allows us to kind of create communities and businesses or whatever. Whereas if I was doing like, you know, the top 10 crazy sandwiches, you know, who's going to watch that? Because there's 400,000 other crazy sandwich videos, you know? Where at least in paintball, we have a very good niche and a niche that, you know, there's no one else really doing it. So there's not a lot of people doing this thing. And I like paintball. It's not like I don't like paintball. So if I hated paintball, I definitely wouldn't do it. We're definitely not doing it for money. That's for damn sure. There's a reason I don't have a paintball channel right now. Do it. It is very difficult, and it's a lot of time, so. Oh, Will Ball for Soup, you were saying, went to a food pantry. I was thinking about he wanted to, like, open a pantry. What'd you say? I feel for Will Ball. Will Ball, it sounds just so weird. Because he's talking about being hungry. That's not okay, yeah. But if the dude is already creating content, find more money or something. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you get food stamps at that point. I mean, jeez. I don't know. I can tell you if I was like at that point, I just have a regular job too. I mean, I would devote more time to like real jobs or something. Anyway, enough about that nonsense. It's very exciting stuff. Maybe it is exciting to people. I don't know. Maybe it is. Everyone's talking about it. Will Ball for Soup cries more than a 16-year-old 1 minute. It's drama channel. Then the next, it's like, I'm broke, guys. I can't even play. Neither can I. Steven Jackson with a $1.99 super chat. You're the first Patreon account I signed up for. I appreciate it. Yep. I appreciate it. Very much so. And I actually, you know, like, where's my phone at? I don't know where my phone's at. You know, the one thing I used to hate about Patreon, though, too, is that, like, it didn't really have a good app or anything like that. So now, at least with the app, it'll, like, send you notifications when someone posts something or whatever. You don't have to, like, constantly be, like, you know, going on the Patreon account. But thank you, Patreon and Super Chats, dude. I don't feel bad for Will Ball for Soup. People donated money so he could buy groceries. Damn, really? And he bought chips, Mountain Dew, energy drinks. Like, bro, we gave you money to buy real food. Yeah, it's kind of like people with food stamps, you know? It's like, you know, you go to the grocery store. I mean, not like I'm like watching people buy groceries or what they pay with, but you know, food stamps, or like food stamps is kind of a bad way to say that. What do we call that now? Food vouchers? I don't know. But you can buy anything with those. I mean, you could go in there with $200 and just buy all Doritos. You could buy like $200 worth of Doritos. That's kind of crazy to me. I sort of feel that, like, you know, if you're getting food stamps, like, it should kind of maybe only work with like good food, like actual food. Like you can buy like vegetables or, you know, whatever, maybe like frozen meals even, but like people are buying like just craziness. Like that's kind of crazy. That's definitely not a good idea. Who knows? Can you buy a Luxe Idol with food stamps? You could if you sell them. I mean, you could sell the card. You know, doesn't it come with like it comes on like a card now? You just like swipe it. You could just sell the card. I should look into food stamps. I wonder if I qualify for that. I actually might qualify. I'm gonna look into it. I gotta do my taxes very soon. I know I qualify for like cheaper internet. I get $30 off my internet, and then I get like a discounted heating and or discounted electricity and gas bills. Maybe I do. I don't like that idea though. I don't like getting money. It's weird to me. It's not a bad program, but people are trash. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know Will Ball for Soup. I don't know anything about that guy. I've said that many times. I don't know him at all. I just know him from the internet. And I don't know. I know that really doesn't mean anything. Like, you guys don't know who I am either. I mean, I don't know. I like to think you actually do know who I am, because I'm not any different in these live streams than I am, like, talking to anyone else. But I do know people that know him in real life and who've known him for a very long time, and they're good friends with him. And I would say that I'm friends with those people, and, you know, so I don't know. He's not like a crazy, crazy person. Let me tell you, Renix says, getting off EBT, that's a glorious feeling. Yeah, I don't really know if I like the idea of it. I don't know if I like the feeling of it. I don't know. Personally, I'm not very good at getting gifts or help, which is a problem. Maybe not the gifts part, But not accepting help and stuff like that and asking for help is definitely something I struggle with. And if you're liking this live stream, give us a like. Minimize the window real quick. Hit that thumbs up button, like this video, like the live stream, because it helps. The more people like it, the more people see it, and the more money I make. No, not really. Speaking of money, these are not monetized. No live streams are monetized. What else can we talk about other than like nonsense drama? I don't really know a lot about this, but I saw Alex Fragi is kind of bringing back a print magazine called Great American Paintball. It's $80, but it's going to be 2 issues. So it's not like, $80 for one. You pay $80 and then you get a spring and fall issue. I don't know. This is kind of interesting to me. I really liked that that other big, huge book that was released a few years ago. Ooh, we got a super chat from, man, I don't know how to say people's names all the time. That's why I'm like, Atracin, with a $2, 2 loonies. Is that 2 loonies? Is a loonie one Canadian dollar? 2 loonies. Sean Combs said it best. Mo money, mo problems. But then he raped that girl, and I don't know what happened to him. He's crazy. The famous book, it was very good. It was like this thick. About that thick. And I really liked it. I'm having all kinds of like freaking problems with this switching today. 1 loony, $2 is a toonie. There we go. I kind of knew that. Yeah, Alex Fragi, with the money from Hormesis, is launching a new print magazine, which I don't know. I guess we'll find out if it's any good or not, because we don't really know anything about it. It's just this one image, and I was all about paintball magazines when I was like, back in 2001, 2003, and some of the best photographers ever, I think, have been in paintball magazines. I mean, the Faceful photography was very, very good. I really liked the Faceful magazines, but I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. A magazine in 2024. I think that I don't know why, really. I mean, I think that to some people, like that nostalgia and stuff, they'll probably buy it. I'd like to check it out, but I'm definitely not going to pay $80 just to get 2 of them, unfortunately. Some brands was like $40 an issue. His dad charged $40 a case of Gap paint. Damn. I think you're just telling everyone how old you are. $40. Was it even $40? I mean, I still remember buying it for like $25. But we were like an hour away from the factory or something like that, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just a little interesting to see, a print products coming back. I could see it, like we were taught, the famous book. It's kind of just like a nostalgia thing. Maybe like good for a coffee table or good for your toilet reading or something like that. Some brands just said it. No one reads magazines anymore. Like, where is a bookstore or newsstand anymore that isn't just adult tattoos and gun magazines? The grocery stores, I mean, most big grocery stores do have magazines still. But I don't know, you're right. You're right when you say no one reads them. I don't know who's going there. When I remember back in the day going to Barnes & Nobles and sitting in Barnes & Nobles and just like looking through magazines for like hours. Aaron, you didn't win, sorry. Jeremy won. Schwartz, yep, he did an interview on Paintball Nerd. Yeah, I kind of briefly saw that. Was gonna try to watch it, but I didn't. I also wanted to watch the was Harris Hussein on PTG? Yeah, magazines. It's just kind of interesting. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to put it together, but I don't know. We'll see what it's like. Hopefully it's kind of cool. Harris Hussein, yeah, he was on the PTG. I wanted to watch that too, and I just totally forgot about it. Connor says, America is, why? What are you talking about debt for? America is so much debt. The interest rates on new cars is like 29%. Everyone stop getting loans and help fix the economy. I don't know though, in a way, getting loans is kind of helping the economy. I mean, you know, I don't know about just giving all that interest rate to big, you know, huge banks, but people are at least getting that money and spending it, and that's good. I don't know what my credit card interest rates are. I only really use one, and I prefer to pay it off every month. I don't really use it, so. Some brains, yeah, felt like he paid PTG to do a puff piece on him, like he bought Friends. What? Huh. I don't know. I mean, because I think Harris is actually cool. I think that like he's gotten a bad rap somehow, you know? Papa Beans, hello. Did you all talk about the idol yet? Yeah, a little bit. You got to go back to like minute 10 or something. At racing with a toonie, right? That's how I say that. I wouldn't say like two toonies. I would go a toonie. A toonie is a coin piece, right? That's why. Gotta make money to spend money. You know what? I was once told that by a sales rep from Dye named Derek Wesley. I don't know why I remember that. Thank you. Gotta make money to spend money. Yeah, I don't make any money. I mean, I'm doing this paintball shit. What do you think's happening? A toonie is $1. A loony is $1. A toonie is $2. Yes. Two different coins. Hussein used to freak out a lot at the field. That I don't know about. That I for sure don't know about. You know, I don't know if I hold that against people, right? Like, you know, in real life too, Justin asks, is YouTube lucrative for you? No. You know, I don't hold that against people though, really, you know, because like, I think that some people that are, obviously you need to be in control of what you're doing. What happened to Derek? That's funny. Well, Derek used to live in San Diego, and then he like moved to Idaho or something like that. But this was like years ago. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in probably 6 years, so I'm not really sure where he's at. But I don't really hold it against like Harris if he's getting upset at the field. I think that, you know, I would be embarrassed if it was me, and I would want to be in control of the way I act. But there's certainly been times at the paintball field where I have not acted how I should or act like how I normally do, right? You know, I've been in 2 fights my whole life. I was in 7th grade, I got in a fight and broke my hand. I literally broke my hand in 7th grade fighting. And I punched a guy at a bar once a long time ago. He deserved it. 2 times, right? The second time wasn't even a fight. I just hit a guy once and he fell over and it was done. And 2 fights ever. But dude, at the paintball field, man, I'll be freaking out sometimes. There's been times where I've taken my mask off and been like ready to fight someone on the field. Like my mask is off and like everyone's still on the field and I'm just ready to like fight someone. And like overshooting people and like turning and spinning on people and getting all mad. Like, I used to do that all the time. John? I appreciate John's super chat. Hold on a second. I want to finish doing this. Then we'll get you. Hold on. You know, I used to go crazy to field, and I think that, like, not crazy, and it wasn't all the time. There were probably, like, 8 to 10 times where I, like, freaked out and, like, got real mad. And I think that just comes with, like, it's paintball, right? I mean, it's a very aggressive thing. We're shooting each other, and it comes with being competitive. And I don't think that makes, like, Harris a bad person. I don't think it made me a bad person. And then I think about, like, other sports too. Like, think about Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond Green is, like, kicking guys in the nuts. He's stomping on people's chests. He's putting dudes in headlocks. But it's, like, all in the moment. It's, like, all in the moment kind of things. And it's, like, it's not like he's, I don't think, a bad, malicious person. It just, like, comes out in those moments. And I think basketball for him, or paintball for us, kind of, like, brings out those moments. But at the same time, you need to not do that. You can't be, like, trying to fight people and putting people in headlocks and, like, being a wild man. Anyway. Yep. John, you almost won yourself a barrel earlier, I would like to say, with a $4.99 super chat, forcing me to do an ad. Another way that I can kind of make money on here is Paintball Ruined My Life merch, where you can get all kinds of cool headbands. There's lots and lots of headbands. Let's do this, actually. Let's put that camera there. Look at all these headbands. Let's just pair. I'm going to pull them all off of this thing. This is probably not a good idea, because then I'm not going to be able to put them on there. That's all barrel covers. All of these headbands. There are so many. There are so many headband companies now, too. It's kind of insane. So many headbands. So many of them. All different kinds. I mean, we've got some, like, just solid black. If you like a solid black. There's some crazy patterns. There's the Olmec, which I like a lot. There's the red, white, and blue all over print. There's, this one reminds me of, like, being, like, sick or something like that. There's the checker. Look at this. There's heaps of them. Then you can find them all at paintballruinedmylife.com or the pbrml.com/shop or pbrml.shop. There's obviously, I should say, a link in the description. You can find headbands. They're only $30. Man, mind you, $30. $30. They're made of denim. You can see, maybe not. Denim. You can see the denim pattern on there. Denim. There's also so many barrel covers. There's a lot of barrel covers on there. Look at all these barrel covers. There's a pair of headphones in there, though. Look at that headphone wire, and I screwed the monitor all up. So many barrel covers. They're all matching barrel covers. Barrel covers are $7. I'm gonna have to put all that back up now later. Paintball Ruined My Life headwear. Go buy stuff. I have like 400 ways to make money on here. John, though, thank you, dude. Can we get a sneak peek of the idol? Yeah, we already talked about that. I mean, might as well. We'll just do it again since you're asking. A lot of the times I don't know if people are actually live. There's your sneak peek. A lot of the times I don't know if people are actually live watching this, and you can, like, scroll backwards and then you're leaving a comment, like, a little bit too late. Shout out to Fallbrook. I don't know why I did that. That's like Raise the Roof. That's like some, like, 2000 I don't even know. When the hell did raising the roof become a thing? Does Paintball Ruin My Life sponsor any teams? Hell no. That's just a question of, do you just give free stuff away? No, I don't. I'm not really that style of a company. You know, I don't really like. Paintball Ruin My Life's more of a YouTube channel than like a merch channel. Than like merch, just products. Maybe if I made Empire change their logo, I don't know, but I really got to remove that. I keep thinking about that, removing this stupid Empire banner. I don't know if Empire changed their logo though. Old Soul, Raise the Roof was cool around the same times they let the dogs out. That's good. Ooh, Macarena. Ah, dang. I don't know if I could do the Macarena. Isn't it like something like this and you're like... something like that. Hey, Macarena. Ay! Now we're getting old. I feel like shouldn't we be talking about like a Lil Nas X or like something like that? Who's a cool rapper? Like Da Baby? Is he cool? Hexagon. Yeah, it's just the E in a hexagon. I don't even know. Empire doesn't even make anything. What the hell does Empire even make? I mean, really. They make the Mini GS. They make the Axe 2.0. I mean, literally. They used to have, like, pants and knee pads and elbow pads and multiple masks and, like, you know, all kinds of stuff. Tanks and barrels and all kinds of stuff. Now they're like, oh, we make a Mini GS, that's all. But, you know, it could be worse. I guess they could make literally absolutely nothing. And, pretty much... Did we ever watch this video? I kind of want to watch this. Maybe we should watch this. Look at Davey Williamson, Neil Eberly, Rusty Gator Glaze.
Predators, and we were talking about Scotty Kent running that inside lane and doing it so well in previous games.
Let's watch this.
This game, it was like...
This is the 2006 Smart Parts World Paintball Champion. It's probably championships.
Like, it was like we jinxed him.
Exactly.
And here on the replay, Nicky Cuba diving into Snake 2. He got clipped. He got hit in the arm. And then Thomas Taylor tries to head.
Bam! Cyclops! You know, I hate those little bunkers. I cannot stand those stupid little X's.
Great job by Alex Kehoe. And the Atlanta Predators take
another. Ooh, look at those hotties.
2-0 lead over Los Angeles Excessive.
If you're gonna look down the wire, go down the wire. Otherwise, hold. If you're not gonna look, if you're gonna look down, that's why I went, 'cause nothing's going on. If you're gonna hold, don't hold the wire. Hold inside, because they're not coming down the wire.
Hold the inside.
So
hold the inside.
Trying to let his guys know that, hey, if you come out on that sideline and there's no one shooting at you, get them, go down that side. And the breakout, big move up the center.
Look at the Atlanta Predators. That's so funny. Atlanta. It's really just Philly Americans, right? It's the Atlanta Americans.
Check him out. Maybe he did get him. It looks like there's a hit on the side of Garcia's loader.
Yeah, that could be a rub.
Might be a rub. I don't know. It looks like there might be some spray off that. Referee getting in there, running in, checking him out.
I think that's a hit.
We're going to find out here pretty soon. Yep, he's hit.
Yep. Good call.
So Garcia got hit in his loader. He's going to come off.
I don't know if anybody remembers this. Who remembers even watching this? I remember watching this. Support from Italy.
Very well, very aggressively down the snake side in previous games. Let's see if he can do it here.
Lorenzo, thank you.
Nice move. Oh, wow. Thomas Taylor.
I was going to try to speak Italian, but that's probably not a good idea.
He did trade out with them, so good move by Thomas Taylor to break open the game.
Everything off here.
And putting the nail in the coffin is Johnny Richardson.
Look at John Richardson right up there.
And here comes Greg Hastings just clearing the field. He's going to run in there and grab.
It's hard for me to listen to this and talk all at the same time.
Finally getting up there.
We're going to do that.
And he's going to walk that flag in.
That's probably a little bit easier. What are you guys talking about? I'm going to let this run in the background and we can talk still.
So excessive, good point, man.
We'll plop that down a little bit. I used to love the Bushwhacker SL66. Yeah, those Bushwhacker guns were really, really cool. At Trayson again. I don't know ever what to say. With a toonie. Two loonies equals a toonie. We learned something today. Thank you, sir.
And then Johnny Richardson cleaning it up.
John Richardson. It's interesting to hear him call him Johnny. Do you look at that? He just like splashed that water in his face.
Don't go anywhere. Thomas, boom.
Look at Nicky Vegas get water splashed in his face. That was funny.
Johnny Richardson cleaning it up.
Look at this, right? Cut to the pits, and then you have Nicky Cuba just splashing Nicky Vegas right in the face with some water. Bam!
We'll be right back after this commercial timeout. Don't go anywhere.
Do you think paintball will ever become an Olympic sport? No, I definitely don't. Nope. I don't know. I mean, people have always talked about that, and it's at the point where, like there's other sports out there. I really don't like the way I sound. I'm so used to like hearing myself talk. I don't know. I mean, we have so many other weird sports now in the Olympics. We have surfing and skateboarding and BMX and there's all kinds of weird stuff. But, I mean, those are obviously considerably bigger than paintball ever has been. I mean, obviously skateboarding. Skateboarding is just crazy. It's way bigger. Surfing's way bigger. Snowboarding, all those things. But I think the biggest problem is that we shoot people. We're literally like, shooting people. And I think that's like the hardest thing for us to overcome, is that we're shooting guns at each other. We can call them markers if we want to, but I don't know. Justin says, you kind of look like Will Ferrell from the side. Like if I'm like this, I look like Will Ferrell. He looks like, or like this. They look like a turtle. Golf just got in. And then it's kind of weird, like they got rid of baseball and stuff like that, so who knows? I mean, I don't even know. There's big money in golf, yeah, for sure. I mean, the Saudis are trying to like, what do they call that? Sports washing? Just look at how crappy paintball stuff was back in the day. I mean, guys all have like tape on their hoppers and stuff like that. Well, Karl Markowski got a penalty. Dang, dude. You gotta think that a lot of these guys still play paintball. Golf should be illegal. Oh, that's funny. Brad spends our Patreon money on Supreme hats, but we love him. No, I definitely don't. That's not a Supreme hat. I haven't actually bought, like, I don't really buy clothes. I haven't really bought in clothes in so long. I definitely haven't bought in the Supreme hats. I haven't bought in Supreme hats in, like, I don't know, honestly, probably 2018 or something like that. A lot of the hats, I still have a lot of their hats, but they're really old. Cars Toast says, the problem with paintball is that the tool matters too much compared to the skill of the players. In baseball, the bat doesn't matter as much as the individual talent. I don't know. I honestly think that, like, watching this, these days you could have maybe said that because there were certainly manufacturers that were considerably more reliable. Like the Atlanta team, they all have shockers, and shockers are notoriously unreliable. But, Los Angeles, for some reason, you know, excessive. They have Eclipse guns, and those Egos are considerably more reliable. But I don't think that that's necessarily true nowadays. I think that most of the manufacturers make good, reliable products. You know, I think the Planet Eclipse is probably the most reliable, but I wouldn't say that, like, you know, the TM40 or the Dye guns or the Force, I wouldn't say that they're unreliable. But I totally hear your point. You know, I think about like race car driving, it's the same way. It's very equipment dependent. It's not, doesn't matter as much. It just reminded me of swimming in like, I think 2008, when all the swimmers were wearing like those full body swimsuits, and they were essentially wearing wetsuits. You know, and the wetsuit material would make them more buoyant in the water, and if you're raised up in the water, that means you're pushing less water out of the way and you're going to be faster. So they actually banned those suits because they were giving like an unfair advantage to the teams that could afford them. I don't know. But you are kind of right. It is kind of true though. One-on-ones are legit. And then right below that, I think 3v3 might be a sweet spot we need to try. I don't know. I'm totally over like trying to appeal to the outside people. Like, I don't think it's the right decision. I think the right decision is for us to make paintball as fun as we can for us, right? And whether that's us playing 3-on-3, whether it's playing 10-on-10, 1-on-1s, I don't know. But I think that we need to focus more on, you know, making it more enjoyable for ourselves. And I really like 5-man. I like playing 5-man and 7-man. I think that that's probably like, for this airball format, at least probably like the right size. 5-on-5 is cool because it requires less people. You don't have to like struggle to get, you know, 7 guys like some lower division teams do. You know, you think you're in D5 or something like that. Getting 5 guys or 3 guys is certainly way more like, I don't know, obtainable than getting, you know, 10 guys for a 10-man tournament. But I really like one-on-ones. I really find them exciting. I think that they're easy to watch. I think you can tell a story with them very easy. You know, it's like watching this, right? They don't know what camera angles to look at. They're not sure what to film or how to film. But I think if we were playing one-on-ones, it's just a lot more easy to watch. But I don't know. But we constantly talk about like making paintball more appealing and like how to get more people to play and like whatever. And you know, the thing that got me playing paintball was it looked fun. It wasn't, oh, it's, you know, in the Olympics now, or oh, I'm gonna get rich, or you know, it looked like fun. And I think that we kind of like lose that. Sorta. Anyway, who knows? What are you guys talking about in here? There aren't insider images of the idol. I don't know. Oh yeah, they're not like leaked pictures. They're more of a sneak peek picture that they actually released. F the outside world. Crank the rate of fire back up and let's back to it having fun. Too much technical in the minutes doing nothing is lame. You know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like, look at this old ass Smart Parts commercial. Weird. I don't know how I feel about the high rates of fire. I actually think that like 10 is great right now. Chris, with that $19.99 super chat, I thank you, sir. so very much. Thank you. Super chats are freaking awesome. That is one of the ways that this whole thing happens. Thank you, sir. Let's switch back to this. Whoa, I didn't expect to see a guy with a mohawk. Yeah, I don't know about high rates of fire. I think that, you know, I think that back in this time, right, like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, oh, DeJesus. I forgot about Jordan DeJesus. I think that if we look back at the old times, right, 20 years ago when we were shooting like uncapped semi or, you know, 15 balls a second ramping, we often had very high rates of fire. And I honestly think that it wouldn't work as well today. I think that the players are way too good. Like, everybody's very, very good, and the equipment is considerably better. And I think that if we did go to those high rates of fire, I don't know what would happen. I think that we might get, you know, more people shot off the break, which might be good and bad thing. But I really think that if we got locked into positions, like once you got to your bunker, it'd be much more difficult to move because the guns shoot better, the paint shoots better, the paint breaks better. You know, people are more accurate when they shoot now. The skill level is higher. Everything's so much better now that I think that those high rates of fire would just get weird. You know, I'm not 100% sure if that's what would happen, but it kind of feels like that's what would happen. You know, because I remember playing, you know, 15 balls a second full auto and stuff. So, shot in his head, or is it a beanie? Yeah. So I think that this 10 balls a second rate of fire is pretty good now. I somehow wish it would be semi, but that's probably not going to happen. Semi, 10 balls a second, and it just turns into full auto, and it's kind of weird. I thought about the mechanical stuff. I'd really like to see mechanical. We watched a 5-man mechanical like X-Ball tournament last weekend. There was a 5-man X-Ball tournament, and it was fun to watch. You know, it didn't really feel much different. You know, the guys probably shot a little less paint, but most people can shoot those guns at like 6-7 balls a second, and that's, you know, fast enough. I don't think you really need to shoot all that much quicker. So I don't know. Who wins this game? Look at Davey Williamson getting a friggin' penalty. Davey Williamson was my sales rep for Falcon.
3/22 point.
Game with LX.
I don't know what he's doing now. Davey's a good guy.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships.
Welcome back.
This is our consolation match between the LA Excessive and the Atlanta Predators for third place bragging rights.
Right now, I mean, we're down 3 points. You'd have to score 3/22 points, and that's really not going to happen. We're not here to sit back and, you know, get shot up. We're going to go try to bring it to them the best we can.
You're going to die fighting?
Yeah, we're going to die fighting. That's it. We'll die on our knees.
That guy reminds me of Kyle Berry. Woo! Okay. Any news on the new profiler? Not really. I mean, we saw pictures of it. I mean, I don't think that I have pictures anymore. No, I definitely don't. But there were some leaked photos that came up online. I don't know. I don't really know. I kind of thought we were going to see it at World Cup like 2 months ago. So I'm kind of surprised we didn't see it at Cup. So I imagine any day. Maybe they're going to save it until next year and then release it next year. Who knows? Cars toast. All I'm saying is that 5-man needs to be easier to watch, with technology or rules need to be changed to watch the sport. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to do it, right? How do you do that? I don't know if changing equipment really makes a difference. Like, it's not going to matter if we have, like, rate of fire stuff is trivial. It doesn't really matter because it's not going to make it like more or less watchable. Honestly, don't know. I think that Go Sports right now is probably doing the best we've ever done. I mean, how they're doing the overhead camera now with the drone, and they're like doing telestration and stuff. They're definitely doing better than they ever have. But I truly don't know. I really don't know I don't know what they would do, or what's the deal? I want to see a new dye gun, Papa Beans says. Yeah, so do I. So do I. Kind of been a while. You know, the M3 Plus has been out for a handful of years now, so I mean, what? It's been out for like 4 years or something like that, right? Somewhere in there. So it is kind of surprising we haven't seen something. I'm pretty sure they have something in the works, though. There's gonna be a new high-end gun from them. When is it gonna be? I don't know. Doing some investigating to see if I have pictures of that gun in there still. I do not. Yeah, I don't know. I know that it's not going to be called the M4 though. So when Dye comes out with a new high gun, or new high-end gun, it won't be called the M4 though. Because they've, you know, historically done that, kinda. I mean, they had the M3, M3S. There's the M3 Plus, the same thing, the M3 Plus. So who knows? If the Luxe still has those stupid ribbon eyes, I'll be pissed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I mean, they say that it's the most redesigned gun they've ever had, so. I don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. We have agreed. Where the heck did the chat room go? I like popped out the chat and I, for some reason, closed it. I don't know. What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna go now. We kind of burned through all the stuff I had to talk about, and I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna go make food, but I don't know what I'm gonna make. I like Ben though. Ben says, "Look at that like count, y'all. 27. We've got 75 watching. I don't know. It says 64 on my side." But I like that idea. You guys, give this live stream a like. If you're new and you didn't already like it earlier when I asked, give it a like. It's, you know, it's helpful. I see 65 now. We got one more person. Yep, we'll be back. I'll be back Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, there's definitely going to be a video about... I don't understand high-end guns, right? High-end guns have become confusing to me. I just don't understand the pricing and like why you'd buy one. So I kind of made a video about that. I initially was going to do ETHA 3 versus CS3 video, and I was just like, there's like no difference between these guns except for how much they cost. It's like they're almost the same exact thing. So it kind of led me into, what's the point of all these high-end guns? Quick, someone ask for those idle pics one last time. There you go. Nope. There it is. You know, it is interesting to me. I am very curious about this. I kind of like the notches they cut on the back, right where the LED indicator is. I kind of like that. It's kind of stylish, you know. The ETHA 3 ergos are blah. I like them. I actually prefer the way it feels. I really like the taper. You know how the foregrip goes up and it kind of like goes in at the top a little bit. I really like that. I really like it. Grinnick's like, I don't shoot Planet Eclipse. They are fine guns, just not my cup of tea. They've gotten kind of boring. I'm kind of with you on boring. They just like have been the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Ulysses? Something like that. I appreciate it. With a $9.99 super chat. Love your videos, bro. Thank you, sir. What is that in the end? OBJ? It says like OBJ. It doesn't show up on that thing though. At Racing with that $2 toonies. I don't have normal sized hands. Look at how big they are. They cover the whole entire screen. The whole screen. They look really crazy if I do that. It's like an octopus. I'm an odd shaped person. I need XXX gloves. I have like freak hands. It's kind of good though. They come handy sometimes, you know. I don't love talking about my hands. Someone else brought it up. Well, sorta. He said I have normal hands. I knew what he was alluding at. I bring it up in videos because, like, I think it's sort of relevant. Because I'm like, oh, I don't like the way these feel because it's too small. But, like, you know, it's too small because I got big hands. If I was like a 12-year-old, I probably had normal size hands when I was 12. So, like, you know, for a 12-year-old, it might feel good. You know, that's why I don't like the shockers. I feel like I'm holding them like this. I'm like, god dang, like, it's like called delicate and stuff. I probably had normal size hands when I was 12. What grade is that? Like 7th grade? 6th grade? I could full on dunk when I was in 7th grade. Yep. I was probably like 6'1", 6 foot in 7th grade. Somewhere in there. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm closing the actual chat. Come back Thursday. We'll be here Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, if you want, you know, you can go check out Patreon, or you can go watch some videos that are gonna come out pretty soon. The Paintball ruined my life. I've also started saying ruined weird. I'm like, Paintball ruined, like ruined. Paintball ruined my life. It's definitely Paintball ruined my life, not Paintball ruined my life. Is ruined a word? I don't even know. Go check it out. In the meantime, we'll see you later.